Hello, if you're new here, I'm Ryan. Today I thought I would do a fun video sharing 25 things about me so that you can get to know me a little bit better beyond the healthy habits and working mom stuff. This will be just random facts about me from things I love, my quirks, a little bit about my past, and some embarrassing things. So let's get started. I'm 40 years old, although it does not feel like it. I don't know where the time is going. I still feel like I'm like 22, to tell you the truth. I was born and raised in Wisconsin, so I've only lived in Wisconsin my entire life. Winters suck, but it's beautiful here. Summer's great. It's a great family-oriented area. I love the area that I live in, but I would love to retire somewhere not here. Somewhere warm would be very nice. But I think we'll be in Wisconsin still for quite some time. When I was a child, I wanted to be a doctor or an artist. Those were my two dreams. So very opposite things. One thing that people are always surprised to learn about me is that I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, which is a very different upbringing, background, religion, which I will talk more about in a future video. Let's see, my favorite childhood book was The Giver. Oh, I love this book so much. I read it over and over and over again. I own the book. I purchased it for Sully, my son. He's 9. I have dreams that he will love this book as much as me someday. I tried to read it to him. I thought maybe we could get through it together, but he wasn't interested yet. One of my hidden talents is that I am a really good artist. I often don't have the time to do artwork. I think YouTube, creating thumbnails, video editing is my form of artwork now. But I'm really good at drawing, painting. I did it so much growing up, so much as a kid. So I'll show you some things that I made. One was a big poster. My brothers really liked The Simpsons growing up, so they bought like the DVD season sets, and I just sat down for a few weeks and like drew the whole poster out. Just some other, like, charcoal is my favorite medium to work with. Someday maybe I'll get back to doing a little bit of artwork. If anything, I get to polymer clay usually. That's kind of my stress relief artwork projects for the last 10 years. My favorite comfort go-to show is Working Moms on Netflix. If you're a mom and you work, definitely check it out. I'm kind of embarrassed to say that. I feel like my husband walks in at the wrong times every time. He's like, "What are you watching?" It's really good though. Check it out. Let me know if you watched it. I would love to know if someone loves that show as much as me. I don't think I've really met a celebrity per se. I was hospitalized when I was a child for 7 days for hypersensitivity pneumonitis. We owned pet birds when I was a kid. And when I was there, I know a few Green Bay Packers came and visited me when I was in the Children's Hospital in Milwaukee. I don't know who or how many, I don't remember, but I know there were some Packers and I got some autographs and things. And then I've met a Packer or two during a run that I did in Green Bay a few years ago too. I, again, don't even know who that was, nor did I stop for a picture, but that's probably the closest to a celebrity that I've gotten to. My favorite movie of all times, 10 Things I Hate About You. Ugh. So good. I love this movie as a teenager growing up. Have watched it so many times. Switching gears a little bit to work, I became a physician assistant because, well, before I was a physician assistant, I did cardiac rehab. My undergrad is in kinesiology, exercise science. So I did cardiac rehab, stress tests, cardiac monitors for quite some time. Also personal trained and taught yoga on the side. I did that for quite a while, but I wanted to do more. I wanted to do more for patients. So I went back to school, non-traditional student, applied to one PA school, the one that I wanted to get into, got in. I applied to PA school on maternity leave, and then I went back to school when Sully was 1 year old. My favorite part about my job being a PA is really connecting with patients and listening. I love sitting down and having a conversation with someone, getting to know them, letting them know that I'm there to hear them, understand them, and care for them. That's the ultimate favorite part of my job. My least favorite part of being a PA is charting. I could do clinic every day, all day long, but the charting is what drives me crazy. Although I don't know, I'm a perfectionist though, so I can't have a scribe or anything. I would just be too nitpicky about it. So it's inevitable. If you're a provider, you have to chart and document. Some advice that I'd give to someone becoming a PA, I think this is like anyone in like going to school or fulfilling their dreams, is that really just stick with your goals. You know, the schooling, you know, the 4 years, 8 years looks so daunting, but it goes by at a blink of an eye. I feel like schooling is always worth it, bettering yourself, having that education, and like going through PA school with a 1-year-old and a husband and, you know, trying to juggle everything was so difficult in the moment. But you get through it. Like looking back, I'm like, how did I do that? But somehow I did, and you accomplish it and you just get through it, and it is worth it so much in the end. So just, you know, stick with it. It is best if that's what you want in life. How do I balance my career being a mom? It's a hot mess most of the time, as you probably see in a lot of my vlogs. We make it through. It's a struggle. Honestly, I have a lot of working mom guilt. I think that's one thing that I really struggle with, is that I work a lot. I prioritize my work. It's hard not to being in medicine, but we make it work. I make sure I spend quality time with him every day, make sure I take time off, or, you know, special time on the weekends that we bond and do, you know, special things. So I'm not with him 24/7, but we, you know, do additional things above and beyond that. So I make sure that I prioritize him and show him how much I love him, I think is the best way to balance being a working mom. So switching to mom life, motherhood has taught me patience, I think. Definitely patience. Something that Sully says that always makes me laugh. There are probably 2 things, at least. There's so many things that he makes me laugh, but one of them is he calls my period ... I don't know, he came up with it. Like he knows like the female menses and things, and he called like, Mom, do you have your ... So that makes me laugh every time. And then he always tells me my butt is big, which is funny to me, or like my butt is getting bigger, and he doesn't understand why. You know, I take it as a compliment and he doesn't understand why. I tell him someday he will understand when he gets older of why I want to grow my butt, but he doesn't grasp it yet. So that makes me laugh. What would your son say is the best thing about you? I did ask him this question, and he said that the best thing about me is that I take care of him and that I'm kind. So that was his response. All right, switching to my life. My morning routine must have, oh my gosh, anyone who's watched my day in the life of, or like vlogs, coffee. I will not survive a day without coffee. I did in Thailand somehow. I don't know how. Probably because of the time zone change and things. I was so screwed up. But no, I will not go a day without coffee in the morning. All right. Tattoos and piercings. Tattoos first. So my first tattoo was when I was 28. If you don't know that already, I was married before. It was a very abusive marriage. He was very controlling. There were so many things that I could not do during that marriage, like curl my hair, wear my glasses. Makeup was always incorrect. I couldn't wear lip gloss, chapstick, lipstick, things like that. So I have like gone above and beyond and done everything that I couldn't do. And one of the last things to do was get a tattoo. He would not let me get a tattoo. So on my 28th birthday, Scott went with me and I got my first tattoo. It is the birds on the side of my ribs. They're just brown. I love brown ink. It's kind of faded now, but I don't mind at all. And it just kind of symbolizes like my freedom. I like birds, even though I'm deadly allergic to birds. I love birds and kind of what they symbolize. So that was my first tattoo. And then my second tattoo was Sullivan's name and an arrow right here. I just really wanted his name on me because I love him so much. And then we plan to have a second kid, so I was going to put it like offset right underneath his name, but we didn't have a second kid, obviously. So I just have Sully's name over on my ribs on this side, and that's it. I just have the 2 tattoos. I don't think I'll get any more. Maybe my friends could convince me to get like a bookish type or friend tattoo with them maybe at some point, but I probably won't get any more. I think I'm good with what I have, but to each their own. Let's see. And then piercings. So I had my ears pierced, just one on each side when I was a kid, and I let them close. I never wore them as a kid. They closed. And then as an adult, I went back and pierced them again. And I didn't wear earrings, so they closed again. And then I had to go back as an adult and get them re-pierced. So now finally I wear earrings. I like them and I keep them pierced, but I don't have any other on my ears. And then my belly button, I got that pierced when I was 18, of course, because that was so in back then. And that's like the only area that I have a little stretch mark on from being pregnant, but I took it out way before I was pregnant. I just didn't want it anymore. I didn't like it. To each their own again. I just, I don't even think it's fully closed. But I don't plan on ever using that piercing ever again. Oh my gosh, I was so stupid. When I was like 17 to like early 20s. I made so many bad decisions in life during those years, but one of those bad decisions was my old roommate had her tongue pierced. She really liked a lot of piercings. She had so many piercings. So I wanted to be like her and cool, and I went and got my tongue pierced like her. Regret so much, although I took it out like just a few years later. Don't have any, I don't have it now. It closes very quickly. I still have a little scar under my tongue where I can kind of see where it is, but you otherwise don't know. You can't see it on the top or anything. So I'm glad that healed well from that stupid decision in my late teens. I think I was 19 when I did that. Yeah, my parents were not happy. Celebrity crush. So my celebrity crush, Scott knows this, is Jason Statham. Oh man, his bald head with the facial hair and the muscles and the accent. Yep, Jason Statham, hands down for years. Female celebrity crushes. I really like Mila Kunis and Kristen Bell because they're like tiny, petite, beautiful. And then I also really like Priyanka Chopra Jonas. I think I said that right. She's just so beautiful as well. So I really like her. But my favorite song, I don't have a favorite song, really anything by Ed Sheeran. Favorite artist, hands down. Listen to him almost all the time. Let's see, who has been a mentor to me? There are a handful of people that I can think about in medicine throughout my schooling and throughout my PA career that has taught me so much. Again, there's a handful of them and I know them specifically. I'm not going to name or like go into them more, but I'm so grateful and thankful for them. Two are OBs and gynecologists, and one has actually passed away now. And then my preceptor in family medicine, just amazing. So I guess those are my role models. The one who actually passed gave me his anatomy books that he had in his office before he retired, which is so sweet. I still have them. I will keep them and treasure them forever that he had passed that down to me. It's just so thoughtful. One wellness habit that I swear by, drinking water, hands down, staying hydrated. My favorite store, this is hard to choose. Stores are kind of overwhelming to me. I don't love to go shopping, but if I had time and had the time to browse and just wanted to putz around, I'd probably choose Target because Target has like home stuff, food, and books and clothes. So I could look at like everything there versus just like a bookstore. All right, second to last, my favorite food is my healthy cookie dough shakes. Of course, I have them every night, as you know. Let me know if you want the recipe. And then lastly, something that's constantly on my mind. I have a very anxious brain, so I am constantly overanalyzing everything, overthinking, and always worried about something. So it's gotten better over the years, but yeah, just like constantly worrying or thinking about something, overanalyzing everything. That's what's constantly on my mind. And probably a to-do list. That's also usually on my mind. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I just want to share a little bit about myself and connect with others. Hopefully you can relate. That's going to be all for this video. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.